QE infinity, right? Remember that stuff?
Some have suggested that that's what we should have done all along. What about the president saying we should do quantitative easing again?
Look, the balance sheet, if you checked, as of last Thursday when they update the H-41 filings, is now below $4 trillion. They're taking it down probably to 3.75. Should be done as per their last statement around September. You've got currency in circulation, 1.7 trillion on one side of the balance sheet. Also on that side of the balance sheet, bank reserves are at 1.6 trillion. You add the other factors on that side of the balance sheet, you really can't get this balance sheet below where they plan to be in September. So I don't get it. I think it's very short-term thinking, because you want the Fed to be able to ease when the economy does turn down. Right now, it appears to keep moving forward. We'll see what the earnings season is like. You know, this is kind of like, you just had this long discussion about downgrades and expectations. This market has moved now from being Fed-centric to being earnings-driven. Is he going to now, as president, announce that companies cannot reduce their forecasts of future earnings? This is a very silly process. But I do think what it tells you is this. The Federal Reserve chairman is appointed for 4 years. If you're looking down the road, and you should always be looking down the road here, we're getting a good signal of what's likely to happen when this Fed chairman's term expires. And I think you should start thinking about that in terms of, should the president be reelected, it's pretty clear he's going to want to try his utmost to politicize the Fed. If you think that way, and you're Chairman Powell and you're members of the committee, you want to do your very best to make sure the system is in very good shape before, if it does get politicized, it gets politicized. Some
would suggest he's doing that already, though, with Herman Cain and Steve Moore.
Well, those guys are not going to get confirmed. If they get confirmed, I won't eat this camera, and I won't eat a hat, because our hats are big down here in Texas. But I do think that's going to be a very long shot. But keep thinking about this. You know, when you're driving on a highway, the shortest distance between 2 points always, unfortunately, has construction between those 2 points. And I think this is what is going on here. He's building a case of what he wants the Fed to look like longer term. I don't think he really and his staff expect to have changes in the short term, because, again, that would be cutting off your nose to spite your face. Longer term, no one expects this cycle to go on forever. He's going to need the Fed to ease longer term, and he wants to get the people he needs in there and is setting up the process. But I would be personally very disappointed if more. And Cain, I don't disagree with Cain's economics. I mean, he's certainly a Republican-oriented business leader, but neither of them has got the right stuff to be a Fed board governor. And I think the Senate will ferret this out and probably delay their nominations.